Now, see this. There will be one concept called this enabler stories. Okay, so this enabler stories also, actually, the spikes also will be coming under the enabler stories. They used to tell. See, this is one common term which they will be using. You don't want to get confused between an enabler and a spike. Actually, a spike is also an enabler only. Just have the same
Okay.
idea. Both are almost same. But this enablers, when it comes to definition point of view, see, where there is work to be done by an agile team does not directly benefit a user or a system. I told the same, right, for the spike also. It's not going to add any direct business value, but it's indirectly going to add some value. In that case, you'll need to have some enabler stories. I will tell you what are the types of enabler stories, then you will be able to understand very clearly. First, exploration. So exploration. Exploration means that is what I mentioned as spike. That means in one sprint, the team will investigate what are the options we have. It may be technical or it may be functional. And then at the next iteration or next sprint, they will take that user story. Because without knowing like what you need to do, we cannot go right. So in that case, they will explore on the options. So that is known as exploration. Next, enabler stories may have an architecture related thing. You know what is an architecture, right? Like each application, there will be an architecture to follow, right? They will be building the application based upon that architecture. So if you want to work on some design or some architecture related things, then team used to have some enabler stories related to architecture, and then they used to do. They used to capture the effort accordingly. And then infrastructure. Some solutions, if the team is suggesting and they want to look at the infrastructure point, like how much capacity the system can handle, so these things and all, then infrastructure related things also you can mark as an enabler. And compliance. So compliance, have you heard about the term compliance? There will be some regulations, right, for each and every application. So whether if you want to do some actions related to compliance, then there may be a compliance related enabler stories needed for the user stories. So this is something related to enabler stories. But what I'm telling is you don't want to confuse much about this enabler stories. This is just for a knowledge purpose I'm telling. Enabler stories may take any one of these forms, but the main thing what you want to have in mind and in real time what you will be using is a spike story. That means the exploration, whatever I have mentioned. So that is a very important part. Can I move to next topic?